All right, everybody, welcome back to Oddly Satisfying, brought to you once again by our sponsor, Quality Content, my clothing line, which has masks now available at qcathletics.com. Link in the description. Should you be interested in making yourself and others a little bit safer while you're out in public during the crown, feel free to check it out if you're interested. Once again, link in the description. Let's start off with number 19, making tiny baskets using leaves. God, the music, I can't handle it. Oh God, it's the happiest music I've ever heard, and I also don't want to risk a claim for it, even though I'm sure this video is gonna get claimed anyway. Wow, look at that. It's such cute OMG. Oh wow, and then the handles are like double reinforced. Never mind, they're not double reinforced, they cut them off. It's so everything about this, especially if I kept the music going, was such a cute overload. Can we get like a little hamster just chilling inside the basket? Because I think that would be the icing on the cake. How they dance together. In my local mall, I thought it was so beautiful. Is it really just two pieces of fabric? And they don't go anywhere? They manage to always stay there? Just because the fans are all blowing them towards the center? Dude, that's really cool. There is no way in a million years that if I were coming up with this idea for an exhibit at a public area, that I'd be like, no, it's gonna blow away. Either that or they're gonna get tangled up with each other or something. Like, there's no way this is actually gonna work in the long term. And yet somehow it is? Unless you just got lucky with when you're capturing this. Maybe there's just some dude standing by off camera that, like, every time it screws up, he's like, okay, here we go again. At least it's easy work. Just untangle them. All right, go about your business, pieces of cloth. Round and round we go. Is that a baby snake? That's really cute. It's trying to suffocate your finger. It has malicious intent here. But you find it cute just because it's too small to actually have an impact. Little do you know, it thinks your finger is finger food. Satisfying Japanese writing found on Facebook. Wait, is this like breaking down how to write the character? Because, this seems like very, very complicated. I'm looking at these instructions. Maybe if they were in English, it would be a little bit easier to follow along. But I'm like, that's a lot of lines trying to get me to understand how to draw something that seems like it should be relatively simple. Like, you take away all the dotted lines and the circles and everything like that, and it seems fairly straightforward. But at the same time, I don't know if it's actually an instructional thing about how to draw them because I can't read the characters, so I'll never know. Protesters practicing social distancing here in the Philippines against a terror bill that basically is the same with what Hong Kong is protesting about. Nice job, everybody. Pretty slick stuff. Hopefully they're all wearing masks as well, but I have to imagine that if they're also being conscious enough to sort of stay away from each other, that they're also probably wearing masks. So yeah. Good for them. Cool shot. I wonder if they used a drone, I have to imagine. It's always a drone. I always think for a second, is there a helicopter floating overhead for these photos? And I'm like, no, we live in the 21st century and drones are actually pretty easy to get hold of. And usually that's how you get aerial shots. Months after purchasing this TV, I didn't even know there was a film on the screen. Ah, yeah, there we go. Oh, take that off. No, don't let anybody listen to this. If you're listening on speakers, don't let anyone think that you're watching something else. Yes, take it off. Just tear it off. It's so satisfying to watch you take it off. And then, of course, we have the counterpart to this, which is, once again said in the top comment, did this once and it was a polarizing film. Oops. So be careful if you do find something like this, because there's a possibility that it's not something you actually want to be taking off the TV. Now I kind of want to go and check the TV that I got a few months ago because it had a bunch of plastic all over the place, but I don't think there was one actually on the screen. But now I'm like, maybe there is? Yeah, if there is, it doesn't really matter because I don't notice it anyway. But, oh, if I did, oh, it's a really big TV that I got. Weird flex, okay, I know. But, oh, man, I have never pulled off a piece of plastic that large before. If there was one, oh, it would be so good. Watching the tide come in featuring surface tension. Wait, what is... Why does it... Is the rock going up and down? Or is this stabilized on the rock? Wait, how is this? Oh, it's still not... It's not submerged. Oh, and then it's submerged. Wait, how is that done? Why? It must be the refraction that makes it look like the rock is like getting shorter and taller. It has to be the refraction. But what's the camera on? Because it looks like the camera's going... Is the camera bobbing on the water? Almost, it's all, nope, not quite. Them hydrogen bonds still holding out. Not anymore. Hydrogen bonds can only be so strong. The way he slices the potato. No, oh God, he's not even looking. Why aren't you looking? Oh my God. Oh, imagine if he makes a mistake. I'm sorry, but no matter how many times you have done this, you can make mistakes. Also, is it just like a knife that sticks out of the ground in the middle of the shop floor? That seems like a bit of a hazard. Nothing about this is oddly satisfying. I'm just nervous. This is sweaty palms, except, hey, sweaty palms might actually help you here because if you get hooked on it, maybe it'll add a little bit or remove a little bit of the friction so you're not gonna snag and then peel your hand. Oh, I don't want to peel my hand. Also, it just looks like it's a permanent fixture in the middle of a workplace. Can you imagine if you're not looking where you're going? The way I built my headboard to meet the shiplap lines. What is a shiplap? I didn't know that's what those are called. The more you know. Wow, did you make that? Did you remodel your room on your own? That's pretty cool. Very, very slick job. It actually looks really tedious to make those cuts. I wonder if they go all the way through or if it's just like kind of part way into the wood or something like that, or did you actually have to take all this wood and assemble it and glue it back together? Anyway, I mean, I wouldn't have it any other way. If I was going to do that design in a headboard, it would have to match the wall behind it. Otherwise, it would be like mildly infuriating, and we don't want that. Clean cuts and munchies. Wow. Dude, I need teeth, or a lack thereof, that allow me to do this. The amount of times that I bite into like a burger or something, and I don't get all the way through everything, and then it just pulls out a part of the burger is so frustrating. And then sometimes I munch really hard trying to avoid that, and then I bite my lip or something, and I'm like, well, that didn't solve anything. That made it even worse. So can I evolve some like real turtle chompers here so that I can just bite through everything and not have any pieces that get pulled out afterwards? Because that is so frustrating. Sandwiches as well, any sort of sandwich, burger, what have you. It's the worst. It just falls apart. And then if you don't do it like quickly enough, right? And then you have a sandwich and it pushes all the fill out the back. And so you're left with like, cool, so I just took a bite of mostly bread, and everything else is now just falling out of the back of the thing, all because my teeth are too dull. Very frustrating. I just finished a whole pen without losing it. Well done. I've done that before. I've run out a whole pen, okay? Not everybody loses their pens. I've had a couple of them that, you know, I always leave a pen on my desk right over there where I'm pointing, where you can definitely see off camera right now. And I've had a couple of them run out while I've been here. Just because it wasn't a pen where you could see the ink in it doesn't mean I didn't finish it. I feel attacked right now. The way they cut it at the end, too. This is going to be some kind of glitter print thing? Oh my God, are you making slime? Or is this candy? Wait, is this candy? Oh, it's candy, I bet. I thought it was going to be like some classic TikTok slime video, but no, dude. Oh, is it hard candy? I think it's hard candy. Or taffy? I don't know. Either way. Oh, I want some candy now, dude. I love candy. I love it a lot. Oh, they're gonna roll it with a whole bunch of different types. Oh my God. It's like an absolute unit of candy. Oh my God, dude. How do you work in a store like that and not just eat candy all day? I would be ruined. Oh, it's just a little, just a thin little thing. What do you put it through? It's like a pasta maker, dude. What? How do you make it such an accurate bee? Wow, that had a payoff at the end and I didn't get to observe it nearly long enough. Hold on. How did you know it was gonna look like that? That's such a good looking bee. I was told on a couple of art subreddits, you might appreciate my art. That's a nice piece of art. I like the reflection. How do you even like visualize what a reflection is gonna look like in a crazy water surface like that? I don't understand. How do you plan that out? I mean, I'm assuming that you draw out kind of the outlines and stuff, and then you just fill in the colors and the reflections after, but still, it's like, it's pretty slick. Pretty slick stuff. The way this man trims his hedge. Very, very nice manicured hedge. How did you let it get so unruly in the first place, sir? Look at that hedge top that you're cutting off. An absolute mess. I'm ashamed that you let it get so far gone, says I, who hasn't had somebody over to clean the house in 4 months. But I was doing it for safety, okay? I didn't want them to be exposed to my mouth particles, okay? I was like, I mean, I don't know if they're gonna feel comfortable coming over and being in my house for several hours cleaning it. So that's why I didn't do it, okay? I have a valid excuse. But masks, we'll wear masks and it'll be great. QCathletics.com for Swick masks for safety. It's a nice hedge though. After 5 months, over 1,400 hours, stitch number 122,668 completed my project. Okay, I need to get the zoom out here. All right, big stitch. Imagine if filming it messed it up though. Oh, is it a Harry Potter? Well, no, I guess it's just like a kind of woven tapestry of it. That's 122,000 stitches? Someone did the math, and 1,400 hours over 5 months equals 9 hours and 20 minutes every day. Woo! And then OP responded with it was actually 7 months instead of 5, so that means, what, 6 hours a day? You spent 6 hours a day working? Oh my God, dude. Like, it turned out cool, but how did you do that for 6 hours a day? I'm sure there's someone out there who could ask me how I sit at a computer for like 10 hours a day. But I don't know, there's work to be done, there's entertainment to be consumed. I guess you could be doing that while watching the show, but how would you focus on, like, you have to plan out where you're going with stuff. I feel like you wouldn't be able to pay attention to a show while you're... That's like 6 hours a day. Oh my God, dude. After falling victim to the looped version again, I found the actual video of the truck getting smashed. I hope this brings you satisfaction. I hope that it is an unoccupied truck. Otherwise, why is it satisfying? So what is this looped video that is very unsatisfying that people are... Okay, so it's a crash test, I'm assuming. It just keeps... Stop! Oh my God, bro, that's gnarly! Part of me did think it was actually gonna cut again. Yeah, so, if this is a crash test, I'm pretty... Did it fail? Because I don't think anyone would have survived that. Whew. Or was this like a Mythbusters type situation where it was just showing, hey, if you have a heavy load in the back of a truck and it hits an immovable object in the middle of the road, it's very bad news. Just want to show this to you. That is a very immovable object. I'm very impressed that that thing's just, yeah, no, I'm not moving at all. Oh my God. It just retracts sneakily out of the way. After 20 years of working at the same place, I vowed to finish a pen. Then I finished the box. Okay, this was 17 days ago versus 18 days ago for the first I finished a whole pen. So, this person got one-upped. Well done finishing pens, I guess. I'm kind of mixed on this. I'm like, why wouldn't you? Does everyone just lose their pens? I always have the pen at my desk. I haven't thought to keep it after it runs out. Man, I didn't know that I could showcase this amazing talent of mine on the internet and get karma points just using the pen until it finishes. I should do this more. I need to take a picture, except you can't see in. The one that I have has carbon fiber on it. I got it for free, okay? I didn't spend money just to get a carbon fiber looking pen. But yeah, when it wears out, it's not gonna be satisfying to look at because it'll look the same. But the carbon fiber is cool, right? So, well done. It took you 20 years to go through, how many, 10 pens? Bravo. And then the top most satisfying for the last month, 3D printed marble machine by @myonline3dprinter. When you say a marble machine, what does that mean? What? This is really cool. What the heck? I've never seen this before. Oh, do they cross each other without hitting each other? It almost looks like a stop motion film, but it's not. Oh my god, wait. Does it not, if you occupy every section, do they never hit each other? Can you have something in every single one oh, this is so swick. Oh, they can both occupy the same one at a time. I love this. This is so cool. I want this. How did you even think of doing this? Never in a million years would I think of something I can just go up and down. And it moves marbles. And it's so great. How did you think of this? I need to know the thought process of how you thought about moving marbles around in an interesting pattern. This is fantastic and also confusing. But that was great. Thanks everybody for tuning in to the last month of Oddly Satisfying. Make sure to like if you like, check out the playlist for more Oddly Satisfying. Subscribe if you're not already, and even if you are, hit the bell button and check out qcathletics.com for some Swick masks. Cool. Link in the description. See you next time.